Hello movie watchers, welcome to Indie Movie Guide. Today's movie is The Nightingale. It's a period drama set in the early stages of Australian colonization, which means the times when Australia was essentially a British prison. And with our protagonist being a woman prisoner, antagonist being a British soldier, and the story being a revenge story, you probably can guess how it starts. I remind you, this channel is spoiler free, but I promise you it's way worse and way darker than you thought. And actually, it's a revenge story just on the surface, because this film is more about dealing with trauma, very extreme trauma, in a very hostile environment. So it's not that much about the action on the outside, but more about an internal process. The Nightingale is not action-packed movie, but when the action comes, it's brutal, gory, and extremely realistic. So I would say if you're very sensitive to that sort of stuff, you should be careful. I think realism of this movie is what sets it apart from modern revenge stories we used to, where protagonist essentially turns into some sort of a superhuman. So by the end of that kind of films, we usually see our protagonist as 100% goal-oriented machine, and we have no idea what's going on the inside. The Nightingale is quite the opposite, which makes it really human and believable, and creates deep emotional impact. The script is above any criticism. It's just beautiful work. It sets up the characters perfectly, so all the actions of all the characters feel absolutely organic and natural. Not once I was asking myself, why all of a sudden he or she did that? Conflicts and tensions, even between supporting characters, not the main ones, represent the wide variety of social conflicts that could be imagined in the early stage of Australian colonization. That means we have three big social groups: British military administration / prison guards, convicts from the British Empire, and natives. And the dynamic is pretty unique, because history of Australia is pretty unique. On one hand, we have absolute overlords, British Army. On the other, the convicts who were deprived of their freedom and were sent here for their sentence, and also native people of Australia, who, while being legally free, are treated as an inferior race at the same time, not only by British soldiers, but by convicts as well. And those social groups themselves are not monolithic. There are absolutely compliant prisoners, and the prisoners willing to stand up for themselves. There is a conflict within natives to adapt, to rebel, or maybe escape into the wilderness. And even within British ranks, we can see the class tension. And of course, none of this would work without an incredible work of the director and actors. Camera work and editing are also on the highest level. And one more thing, but it's going to be my last praise of this movie. The way the songs are used in The Nightingale is just beyond beautiful. So if you're looking for some serious drama, not just entertaining popcorn flick, I highly recommend The Nightingale. And if you'll watch it, let me know in the comments how hard it hit you. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video. And that's gonna be all for today. See you next time.